Do not wait for your life to get worse before you decide to change. This is something so important because for a human it's so natural to wait until things get really bad, until we take power, the energy to evoke change in our lives, and we need change to move forward. We need change to get out of the situation where we don't want to be, because our body, our soul are maybe not very much aligned with where we are right now. And we are, however, creatures of habit, so we get comfortable in the situation which we are in, even though it's a bad situation for us. And we rather want to stay there than to change and move on. And we think it's so hard to change, but what it really needs is our strong intention to do it, to change every single day. We need to have a strong intention. And often we get that only after some big shock in our life, that we say, no, this is it, and I'm gonna change now, I'm gonna move forward. But it's actually not necessary. We can bring this intensity, this intention, it's the same word, we can bring it up any moment. We just need to remind ourselves. I have seen this in myself a lot. I was on a Dr. Joe Dispenza retreat, and I saw myself how I so much wanted to stay in my anxious states, in my panicky states, and I didn't want to move on. I didn't want to change. The unknown is scary, no matter if it's good or bad. We are scared of the unknown, and I just wanted to stay there, and I really needed to say on the meditation, okay, I'm changing, this is it. I had to say to myself 200 times, over and over again, because the body still wanted to go back into that past, and it required such a huge intention and intensity, but that's actually what helped me to move forward. And now also in daily life I want to change in some way, and I do meditations or I visualize, but I'm just kind of doing it. I'm not really having that much passion or inspiration or intensity behind it. I just do it for the sake of doing it. And that's not what's gonna evoke the change in our life. But you get what I mean, what I meant?
What?
With the intensity? Does it make sense?
Like, I know that Dr. Joe says this story about a guy who had a spot on his lungs, and he was smoking 45 years. And he said that he doesn't like the spot on the lungs. And that guy understood and knew that after 45 years of smoking, he has to stop. He has to stop smoking right now in this moment and never touch the cigarette again. And that's what I think. It's the amplitude, the energy. Do you feel that energy? What inspires you to change? Because it is this or that, you know? And you don't want to get in there. You don't want to get into the having a spot or something. You can do it already before, you know? But maybe sometimes it's just enough, you know, when you say, okay, no, I'm choosing me. It's every time you choose you. And
every time we still need to remind ourselves.
I can give you some thing which I'm processing now, some idea, and it is that my body is having a lot of symptoms and a lot of inflammation and a lot of problems. And I was working like crazy. I didn't stop for really, really long, and it was like already so many years. And I was thinking I'm stopping, but I wasn't. And I was thinking I was slowing down, but I wasn't. And every time I had a problem, I didn't take medicine like drugs, but I took herbs. And I thought every time there was some new supplement, new herbs, I was thinking that I have to have that because it's gonna make me, like, keep me going. And now I'm realizing that I really don't need that many supplements, besides few. But what I need is to really learn how to stop, how to slow down, and how to eat calmly, or how to not overwork myself every single day. So that's my path this few weeks, like 2-3 weeks I'm in. And it's slowly, I have some more energy, but I'm able to just go and sleep like for an hour until I wake up, and I feel like I have to do something, but I can't, because my body just doesn't want me to. So it gives me these very clear signals, and if I wouldn't listen to it even now, it wouldn't end up very well, and you also are pushing through. I remember it was millions of times when I was feeling super tired, I pushed through that tiredness, and I could go on like 3 times more longer, and I ended sometimes organizing, cleaning, and everything before I went to work. I ended around midnight. That was normal. And then I went in a very early morning. I got up and I just started that crazy roller coaster all over again. And I'm like, how could I do that? Now I see everything, and then you have a feeling that, okay, I wasn't good. I'm having a tendency to self-punish, and it's also really not good. So I'm trying to just shut the quiet, shut the mind, shut the comments. It's really tough, but it's also a change. Everybody thinks they have to change and be more productive, better, have better home and everything, but you just can slow down. That's a huge change, which is gonna increase your quality of life 100%. And just to put your phone down, or your device, and be with whatever you are dealing with, and just be aware of what you have created in 3D, because this, what you are holding in your hands and looking into it for a few hours a day, is not what you are creating. It's just what you are consuming. It's like food, it's like air. It's not supposed to do anything to us other than entertain us a bit, but we can also experience things, and we don't need somebody else to entertain us all the time. So I think the change is really hard, in the sake of still overlooking what we truly need to change. I also thought I have millions of supplements and spending so much money on it, instead of just calming down and slowing down. I just don't need that many things just to slow down. I was thinking about, hey honey, shall I buy something to give me more energy? There is carnitine and all these super supplements which give me more energy, so I can just get through that. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it anymore, because the body says something, and we want to be buddy with our body. And if the body says something, I have to pay attention. I can't still put plaster on it and stop that in communication with herbs and supplements, which will anyways sooner or later it's gonna have the main voice.
And also a lot comes from within. The change that you want to see in your life comes a lot from within. You can take all the best supplements, but if you're still running a program, if you're running yourself against the wall, the supplements are not going to do much for you.
And also Dr. Joe makes fun sometimes of people eating organic and so on, and then he says that you can have the most organic food ever, but if you have fear, you have the most organic fear, you just still are...
You have fear protein. Your body creates fear protein.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter what you're eating and everything, and your body's just in fear, and you're still in a rush. You can't stop that spinning wheel and vicious cycle, and you're just you can't stop it with a supplement and with a medicine and with anything. You just have to stop and really remember what you were doing to your body, what you are doing to your life, because it doesn't even have to come from within. It just is so innate for us, the body's capacity to heal and the life's capacity to be happy and great for us, and we are still like pushing it and consuming and rushing, so it doesn't even have a space to make it for us nice and pleasant, because you have no time to stop and make it pleasant. I remember when we started to date, we went for a hike, and he wanted to eat something, and he didn't even sit down when he wanted to eat. He took the Wurst in sausage in German, and he just was eating and walking. And I'm like, are you aware you're eating, or are you just like enjoying what you're having? Are you even aware of what is in there, if it is okay or not? He was just eating, And then when he felt full, he threw it away, and then he was like super spiritual and wanted to collect all the waste on the paths, because this is what nice people do. And anyways, he didn't care about himself, so he was taught to live like this, and now he also likes to sit down with your food and right. But I didn't do that, so we have to still remember that this is not really good for us, and we have to do it more in a calm way. Everything, just do less, but do it calmly. You will live longer, you will be healthier, and you will have much happier life. It's so easy. Yes, sorry.
And I want to go back to the change once more, because there's a scale of emotions. Maybe I'll find some graph where you can see what the scale of emotions looks like. But as long as you're not on the level of courage, you can't really, it's really hard to move yourself to change. While you are underneath the emotion of courage, when you are in guilt or in shame or in fear, you feel that you need something outside of you to help you. You're dependent on others, and this intensity and intention which you can give to yourself any moment will also bring you up to that level of courage and higher, where you say, I can do this, I got this, I'm gonna move into my future now, I'm gonna be different, I'm no longer going to have this destructive behavior, I'm gonna leave the past behind. We need to get to that level of courage, and that's why it's so important that we not only wait for passion and inspiration after we just learned something or just watched some nice video, but do it every single day and say, hey, I can do it. We believe in us.
I wanted to only add that the change, what does it mean, the word change? It's change. You have to change something for something else, but you don't have to change fully your home. You don't have to change fully yourself, how you're looking. Or I feel like that. I always felt like we have to immediately change whole thing about us and everything and all the clothes.
Or you have to quit the job and leave the relationship and move out.
Yeah. It's just enough if you make like little tiny changes, they are uncomfortable. For example, you stop drinking your coffee. It's super uncomfortable, but it opens up a space for you to maybe drink a tea or, and those little changes will make a big change at the end, if you are intending to make a change. But what I feel that I need to do more is that not to change, but to shed all that what is not mine and be living to my fullest potential. And to change, we basically don't want to change. We just want to be ourselves. And we are ourselves when we just let go of all what is not ours. So change is really like a tricky word.
Yeah, it can be misunderstood. The way I understand it is that I especially want to focus on a different state of being. I want to have a different energy. I want to have more uplifting energy. I want to be in love with life. I want to be empowered. I want to be free. I want to be whole. That's what I focus on. That's what change means for me, when I can live in these elevated emotions the entire day, because I know everything will just be more seamless. I will attract better and I'll be more calm, and this is who I really am.
Yes, because you don't want to be something which you are not. You are already it. You already love it, life. But you are just convinced with your mind, with your ego, that you don't, and you need this to be there to be truly changed, and you need the G-Wagon Mercedes in front of your house to be fully there. But it's probably not the thing.
That's not what I mean, no.
No. So maybe we are truly already having everything, and we need to just change the behavior,
The attitude.
The attitude, not us inside, because I could be depressed that I am not something what I would never be, like a ballerina or something, and I could just not change those realities yet. We are not that good. But what I can change is that I can be happy that somebody else dances, and I can be happy that I could just try some moves in a ballet class for adults and just do it for myself, You don't have to be proving in front of other people and in front of audiences and so on that you are a ballerina. You can be just for you, and if you are it, you can be just it for yourself. You don't have to change. Like, you know what I mean?
That way, yeah. Yeah, it was important to clarify that.
It's a bit easier than we think.
Yes.
Because what we think is coming from a mind, from ego. And it always has to make it super complicated for us to reach it, because the goals are set and we just have to work hard for it. Otherwise, ego doesn't say, tick, you did it. Did it calm you down now?
No, I'm already calm about it, because I know it's about the feeling, the emotion, more than anything else. The rest is just gonna come to you as a side effect, or things will leave you as a side effect of your change.
We are sharing from men's and women's perspective, so you can choose, you can pick, you can inspire, and I hope it's not confusing, but you can just merge these two in yourself, for yourself. Or you think it's confusing and I should be like a computer?
No.
Change. You have to do this and that.
No.
It was nice to have you stop by with us.
More dogs now. Ari! This is Ari. That's Luna's girl. And that's her brother. That's Ami, Luna's boy. He's a bit more calm. She's a bit more crazy.
Because when universe was giving out energy, she went twice. She went twice.
Ari. She was the one that opened my heart for dogs.
Yeah. Now she's excited.
And I didn't like him in the beginning, but now I love him too.
Oh, Looney.
Luna.
She wants to have something good to drink or eat or something,